Hello and welcome everyone, a new episode of Score Sheet. Today we are going to dedicate our episode to Egypt Super Cup, to the United Arab Emirates, where there were 4 Egyptian teams who were competing for the title: Al Ahly, Al Zamalek, Pyramids and Ceramica. And it ended with such a thrilling final between Al Ahly and Al Zamalek. The match just ended a few hours ago, and it was a marathon, and it was really such an image of the Egyptian football in general. We are going to know the details, and we are going to say congratulations to Cairo Red Devils and hard luck to the White Castle. All this and more right after the short break, as we do have a lot to speak about and a very prominent guest. Right after this, I'm going to be back with more. Welcome back. Before we start, let me first welcome my dear guest live here in the studio, Ahmed Fawzi, our sports analyst of this episode of Score Sheet. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, and happy to be with you as usual.
Thank you. And as I said, we are going to dedicate this episode to Egypt Super Cup. 4 Egyptian teams: Al Ahly, Al Zamalek, Ceramica and Pyramids. With all my respect to Ceramica and Pyramids, when we know in the first place that the final is going to be between Al Ahly and Al Zamalek, the Egyptians and all the fans of Al Ahly and Al Zamalek in the Arab world in specific, they get prepared for a marathon, for a thrilling encounter, because El Clasico, or our derby, our Clasico, is different, and their matches all the time, they have special characteristics, special zeal, enthusiasm, the will and the wish to consider it as a competition in itself, even far from the Super Cup. Tell me more about this, and if this is true in your opinion.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Red fans for this victory, of course. And definitely, to be honest, I think that the Egyptian Clasico is always the best Clasico in the Arab world. The fans of the Egyptian teams all over the Arabic countries are always significant, high, and increasing every year. We see that a lot of from our brothers and sisters in the Arabic countries, some of them become Ahly fans, others are Zamalek fans, which we can't see in any other country. For example, no one can be here encouraging any of the other Arabic clubs, but for Ahly and Zamalek it's always not the same. So I think the Clasico, the Egyptian Clasico, is always the best in the region and in the Middle East.
Is it a surprise to know that number 3 in this competition is Ceramica, not Pyramids? And with this defeat of Ceramica today, with defeat of Pyramids today in front of Ceramica 2-1, is this something expected, or Juricic until the moment is not back on track, despite the full-studded squad he has?
I think, for me, I think the third place match is always a meaningless match, to be honest, because I think that you are not in the final show, So the sadness of not being in the final show is always bad. So the third place match, I think a lot of UEFA competition has cancelled this match because it's sometimes you know, a competition of the sad people. So at the end is not reflecting, I think, anything. Pyramids is disappointed very much for the loss against Zamalek because they were the #1 candidate for this championship. So I think it's not a reflection of anything. Still, Pyramids one of the best teams this season. Ceramica is the black horse of the season. I think they could have achieved more and they could have had the better result than this against Al Ahly in the semi-final. But somehow it wasn't what
With
they...
all my respect to your point of view regarding this, since it's Ceramica and Pyramids, no fans. If this match was between Al Masri and Al Ittihad, for example, the case would be totally different because the fans will be the player number 12 all the time, and sometimes the player number 1, and it was going to be another watched from another perspective. True? True,
and this is the outcome of what we are gaining in our industry in Egypt now. The football industry in Egypt now only have outputs of some companies, not the clubs that we grew up watching. Al-Ittihad, Al-Masri, Al-Ismaili, Ghazl Al-Mahalla, Al-Mansoura. I always remember Al-Mansoura team during when I was young. It was one of the best teams I have ever watched, Egyptian teams. So now we are having a lot of companies which is making the whole season is not the same as before, and because of that the lack of money of all the clubs that have basic or database or fans, because they are having shortage in money. So I think this is a big problem in the football industry in Egypt. I hope that we can work to solve this as soon as possible.
Going to Al Ahly Al Zamalek encounter, and there were so many voices saying that all the pressure is directed on Al Ahly and on Thorab, not on Ahmed Abdurraouf, because Ahmed Abdurraouf already done his job and shouldered a responsibility in a very hard time with Al Zamalek, and he did great to once again regain the rhythm with Al Zamalek. But for Thorab, it was going to be the first Al Ahly Al Zamalek encounter, the first title, and he has no excuse, let me put it this way, and after disappointing performance in the league. True?
True from Al Ahly side, yes. Thorab is under pressure. Start people doubt. This is the most dangerous stage. That when fans start doubting about the manager, this is very dangerous. So for the Ahly side importance, yes, I'm completely agree with you. But for Zamalek, it's always derby. Whenever you are your situation, your current situation, you are coming from loss, you are coming from winning, it's always a derby. Once you are in having the Zamalek t-shirt, you have to win, even if it's against Al Ahly, even if it's against any other team. So I think no, there is also a lot of pressure was on Ahmed Abdurraouf, and I think he's very disappointed. I heard his press conference after the match. He's completely disappointed. Technically, I have a lot of things to say about what he did, but at the end, this is derby. So he had to win, and he lost. So at the end, he's not
Let me go a step back with Al Zamalek Pyramids and the performance of Al Zamalek in front of Pyramids. The evaluation of Ahmed Abdurraouf was this sur 10, as the French are saying. Why? Because all critics said that he dragged Juricic to the penalties, and this was his wish or his plan or his intention from the very first whistle until the end. And after that, we knew that this was the whole issue, and it was Awad's performance, and that's it. Today, his tactics were different. He didn't cope with Al Ahly star-studded performance and squad. What?
Let's say it on two stages. For Pyramids game, I think he had a game plan to how to stop the Pyramids key players, and he succeeded in that. But the game was not only for defensive. When you train a team like Zamalek, you have to think about how to attack. So this was the evaluation. I believe that the correct evaluation. He partially succeeded in defense phase, but in the attacking phase he had a lot of problems. Away from the selection of the players, away from the mercato, away from all the problems that Zamalek has, but he could take the match to what he wanted, and he succeeded in that. Today, in the today match, yes, I thought once I read the lineup, there is a lot of question marks. Like Saif Ghaffar, with all respect.
To start with Saif.
Yes, to start with Saif Ghaffar at the beginning, to start with Amr Nasser at the beginning, to start with putting Juan Pitzera on bench. It's a matter of yes or no. He's ready, so he starts. He's not ready, so forget about him. I don't like the halfway solutions. So I think,
particularly when it comes to an injury.
Yes, and the muscle injury. Muscle injury, if you are ready, you can play. If you are not ready, it's better not to. And I believe Zamalek will regret putting Pitzera on the second half. So at the end, yes, I think that Abdul Rauf, he was smart enough in the first match. Second match, he tried to be smart, but the tools that he has is not helping him. You can't play against team has Zizou, has Ben Sharqi, has Aliou Dieng, Marwan Atiyah. All these are 5-star players, and you are facing them with Saif Ghaffar.
Poor defense line. Al Ahly is really suffering at the defense line with Al Ahly is not the same defense line when, for example, when Mohamed Abdel Menem was there, and until the moment, no Ali Ma'loul. I mean, of course, there are musical seats game which is being played to fill these gaps, but it's not successful all the time.
Let's say that Al Ahly using the tactics of high pressing from collar time. This is quite notable. So I think that yes, you can't. Al Ahly defensive line is not that much. Is not that can be compared to the other lines, but at the end, this is also players, international players. Ahmed Nabil Kouka, Mohamed Hani are international. Yasser Ibrahim is international player. So at the end, yes, how they are homogeneous together is not 100%. But at the end, the difference between qualities can be today. This is what I felt during the match, watching the match, that there is big difference in quality now we can see between Al Ahly and Zamalek. Unfortunately, now this is not the case that we would like to see match between the two rivals. Now we can see that the best players in Egypt is playing for Al Ahly, very clear. Even if they are in Zamalek, they will go to Al Ahly. So this is now not the normal state that we can see big match like this. While I'm watching the match, I was quite sure that Al Ahly will win. Al Ahly has the players that can make the difference, but Zamalek don't. You can't face a midfield line with Mohamed Ben Ramadan, with
Why
Zizou.
you have not said the same while Al Zamalek was playing against Pyramids? I mean, with El Shibi, El Karti, Bessamali was not there, and the other stars in Pyramids. You know, many people even are saying that whenever it comes to the comparison and the market value, you are going to find that Pyramids are much higher. Yes. The Pyramids players are much higher.
This is correct, but against Pyramids, the Zamalek was lucky to win with penalty shootout. Usually, this is Zamalek. You must win any other team. You must win Pyramids. You must win any other team in the 90 minutes. Zamalek was very far from winning Pyramids in 90 minutes, which is not the correct case. Zamalek is one of the biggest teams in Africa. So once you are in any tournament, you must be the candidate. So at the end, this is what I don't like now in Zamalek team. The quality that is getting low. Even if your superstars are leaving, you can't keep
the quality is getting low, and this means that when you saw the post which was written by Nasser Meher after the sections of Hussam Hassan for the national team, and he said that he is very much disappointed and he considers himself now one of the best, and he doesn't know why he was not selected with or against.
With, of course, that it's very weird from Hussam Hassan to announce the selection before the match. Nasser Meher today was completely off, not Nasser Meher against Pyramids. So I think the Zamalek lost the only hope during the midfield to face this superstar team, Al Ahly. So at the end now, I hope that Zamalek can fund all the projects that they having. They have to get money, they have to get players, they have to get coach. Zamalek wasted a huge time of the season.
Get coach?
Yes. because Ahmed Abdelraouf is good assistant coach. He can't be in Zamalek team. Zamalek needs an expat who can run team like Zamalek, can play against all these superstars. For your information, if when Zamalek will be participating in the Confederation Cup, Ahmed Abdelraouf is not allowed to sit online because he don't have the UEFA or not UEFA, the license of coaching. So this can't be Zamalek.
But you know, I mean, there are many, not only fans, even critics, why we do not give the Egyptian coach a chance. And here I mean the qualified coach, the one who is licensed, who can travel with the team to international competitions. I mean, Ahmed al-Nahas with Al-Ahli. I mean, there were so many voices saying that Ahmed al-Nahas deserves to continue. And we have Tariq Mustafa, and we have Mu'min Suleiman, and we have now Ahmed Abdelraouf, and there is Romadi, there is Ali Maher. I mean, we do have a bundle of names who already did great with their teams, at least for a certain period of time. Why we do not do that? Why we do not continue with them?
I'm completely agree that they have to take the chance, but they have to complete their studies first. They have to be assisting some of the most famous expats in football. We saw, for example, and it's not can be compared, but it's one of the examples. Zinedine Zidane, before he started to be Real Madrid coach, he was second team of Real Madrid coach, and then he was assistant for Carlo Ancelotti for 1 or 2 seasons, I don't remember. So at the end, these need to be the steps that any coach need to be take. But at the end, there is other coaches in Europe, for example, Xavi Alonso, Xavi, they start coaching, but some of them didn't succeed as potential as they were. So I think to protect Ahmed Abdelraouf is very potential coach. I like how he's calm, how he's confident, and I know that he had a lot of studies. I know from a lot of people that he has these studies, but we need to by putting him
to manage his stress. I mean, when in a press conference saying that, oh, I've not slept for 2 days before the game, no, this is not how you can manage a game. But I cannot say that he has the experience of managing international
that's it.
matches. He is a year younger than Abdullah Saeed.
Yes,
year younger
he was
than
playing
Abdullah
with
Saeed.
Hazem Imam, with Omar Gaber. He played with Omar Gaber. So at the end, I think we need to protect him. Also, Ahmed Magdi, one of the names that is very potential.
Yes.
Those names, Ahmed Magdi, Ahmed Abdelraouf. I'm not a big fan of Ahmed al-Nahas, to be honest, but I think he's potential also. But at the end, I think those names need to be protected by being assistant for big names. Once we put them in this position and complete their studies, I think 100% we will have our Egyptian good coaches, and at the end they will be Ahli and Zamalek with Egyptian coach. I can see it very soon.
Also the national team, I mean, until the moment we have not witnessed these victories with our national team, except with the general El-Gohari and
of course El-Gohari was phenomenal.
Returning back now to the match of today and to the ups and downs in the performance of the two teams, whether in the first or the second half. First half an hour, oh, it's purely Al-Ahli. Then there are gaps in the defense line of Al-Ahli. Not used that much, but there was even a goal which was already scored by Al-Zamalek, and it was such a fault with the Shinawi just to go that forward.
Yes.
I mean, there are gaps and there are moments when we see the points of weakness in both teams I mean, they were very clear. Wow.
I think this can reflect the performance of the Egyptian players nowadays. We have a big problems in the Egyptian performance in the Egyptian players. But to be honest, yes, the two teams has a lot of problems, and they are suffering from a lot of tactical issues for the individual players and for the coaches. But we have seen today an expert called Yes Thorpe. He is one of the experts. He came from Bundesliga after having phenomenal results with Union Berlin, and he is one of the he was one of the best coaches in one of the seasons, I think 2 seasons ago, and he know how to use his tools very well. And another coach who is not that expert. He's not that he had some problems that affected his team performance very well. So I think these two difference, and of course You see now the difference between when you have player like Ashraf Ben Sharqi, when he had this ball from Zizou, which was phenomenal ball, and then he had the ball and he shot it with this power without seeing the goal even. This is top class player.
And the assist of Zizou in Ceramica's match.
That was
he did it as he was not even watching.
Yes, yeah, but today for sure that when Ashraf Ben Sharqi had the ball in this place and he decided to shoot without looking, this is top class forward.
Yeah.
So I think this is and when you compare it to the when Amr Nasser had Shinawi 1 versus 1, and you see very weird decisions. When Sheku Banza was also against Shinawi and he took very weird decision. I think this what makes difference. The two teams, to be honest, they are not that far tactical wise or organizing wise. But at the end, there is some small difference between the two teams. There is here expert manager. There is here some expert players that can make use of their talents. So I think that's what makes difference.
But did better in the first half than other matches.
I think that the big problem for Sheku Banza today was that Ahmed Abdelraouf put him in the right flank, which is very far from being his position. So I think that once he's on the left flank and he starts to be left winger as he always do, that makes big difference for Sheku Banza performance.
He's 19 or something?
19 years old?
Yeah.
No, he's older than this. No, he's much older.
I think at least he's in the early 20s.
I think
early, very
24,
early
25, I think, yes. I think so.
Maybe. Returning back to what took place today and to the most important, let me say, not gaps, very big mistakes. I mean, with Yassine Marri and on the other side of the coin with Mohamed Ismail. Despite the fact that Yassine Marri shoulders such a big responsibility as one of the Al Ahly defenders, and of course with Yasser Ibrahim and with Mohamed Hani, because Mohamed Hani now is even included in a way in the defense line. Same story with Mohamed Ismail and with Al Zamalek. Still, there is a moment when I don't know why they lose concentration.
Yes.
And I was listening to an interview with the great Helmi Toulan and Mustafa Abdou yesterday, and they spoke in specific about this issue. A phenomenal issue with the Egyptian player. Lack of concentration.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
200%. This today was very clear for Mohamed Ismail, to be honest. And this is one of my comments on Mohamed Ismail during the last matches, because he was praised by all the media and all the social media. They said this is one of the best defenders that we have ever seen, and I don't see so till now. Till now, his credit for me is not that much. Yes, he have ability of passing the ball in front, which is not that much between defenders, in Egyptian defenders, but he had a lot of problems in positioning, in how to move his body against the crosses, which we saw today. Once you decided to cut short before that striker, and then you see that there is a crosses coming, you can't turn your body like what he did today. This was one of his mistakes, and he used to have some problems during the positioning. I saw it in several matches for Zamalek.
I mean, I'm now in trouble. What you're saying is the fault of the player or the fault of the tactician, of the coach and the coaching staff? Because if there are some technical issues with the player, but he is talented and devoted, then the role of the coach is to fix these defects and to make him show his talent and to harmonize with the others. What you're saying now is saying that the coach did not have the role with Mohamed Ismail in Al Zamalek, nor with Yassine Marri in Al Ahly.
This is not that much. Once the player is talented, he needs to be concentrating and focused during the whole match. When you lose your concentration or you start to be doing some wrong actions, this is because of your mentality or your decision-making department in your mind. So at the end, this is combination. The manager needs to deliver his messages very clear to his players. Once they got his messages and they know what to do, yes, okay, I'm a defender, I need to cut short before the striker. So if I saw any other actions, I need to use my previous experience to know how to act.
What if they do not have such experience because you're that young?
This is the problem, that when you don't have this experience, you have database of how to move. Once you are in the grassroots or you are a youth player, you learn how to move during all the phases of play. So once there is some chaos during the game, you need to know how to move because of you have learned this or because of your experience.
But I can accept that from a young player like the ones we mentioned. But how I can accept something like this from Nasser Maher or Nasser Mensi or Trezeguet?
Yes.
I mean, Trezeguet and Gradishar, sometimes they do great, and sometimes they miss very simple, even naive, commit naive mistakes and miss chances which can never be missed even by a beginner. In your opinion, why?
This is 100% because of how they was learned when they were in the academy and foundation stages. So I think this is because of our players in Egypt. They are not learned to have the basic skills or how to decide your decisions during the matches, because football is very random sport. Yes, sometimes you are learned that okay, once I have the ball, I will pass it to our left.
You're repeating what Kirouche said.
Yes, this is completely completely true, because this is our problem in Egypt now. When we see in the Egyptian national team, we don't have a midfielder that can have the ball and turn and start to have right decisions. This is a disaster, and this is what we saw today from Mohamed Ismail. For Mohamed Ismail is very potential, but when you had this mistake against in a final match against Al Ahly, you need to be blamed, to be honest, because you have to learn how to move during all the phases of play, and you have to recover your mistakes. All players make mistakes. Van Dijk today make a lot of mistakes, but how can you recover these mistakes? How can you be lesson learned in your mind, that I have lesson learned? Okay, in the next ball, when the striker tried to trick me and take me outside the box, how can I move back to be again in my defensive line and the midfielder come to be instead of me? This is all tactics things need to be cleared by the manager and need to be performed by the player himself.
I heard a term used by some of the coaches we had. A professional should have two other eyes in the back of his head.
Yeah, the scanning. Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
But you know what you've said was evaded today by Aliou Dieng and Marwan Atiyah, and this was why Marwan Atiyah scored. And it's very rare for Marwan Atiyah to score because it's not his mission. But today, with the goal scored by Marwan Atiyah, is it to say that Marwan Atiyah is really developing and progressing and working on himself to practice more and to shoulder more missions, or it came just like that with the harmony among all Ahli players?
Unfortunately, I choose the second option. Yes, I think Marwan Atiyah, I like how he defends, how he always defend during the matches. He's very tough, very aggressive. He is a pass distributor for all the teams. So I think how he defend is phenomenal. But how he develop his attacking skills need to be revisited again by him. I think today the goal was, because what you said is very brilliant statement. Yes, it was the harmony of the game, the harmony of Al Ahly team, because Al Ahly team contains a lot of superstars. They know how to solve the problems. You know, as I told you, football is very random, very chaos. Once you have a problem, the players figure out how to solve this equation. So Al Ahly has these players, those kind of players that can solve any problem. Marwan Atiyah today he figured out that Abdallah Said started to be tired. He didn't come back with him, and Tahir has a huge percentage to pass through Hussam Abdel Majid, so he cut inside the box, which was completely 100% right decision. So I hope that Marwan Atiyah continue his developing in his attacking skills and in his scanning skills, and how he make the other team play with him. But I think today the second goal especially was because of how those superstars fix the problem. That's it.
You are going to find one of the sports critics saying that all what you've said, why it was not implemented in the two previous games in the Egyptian league, and they came out with the two draws after losing a number of chances in front of the rivals' net.
To be honest, I think Al Ahly played, especially in Al Masri,
Al Masri?
Yeah, played better than what he played today. This is my because today second half especially Al Ahly was not that dominating like the first half or the first 30 minutes. I think Al Ahly was very good in the first 30 minutes.
In specific,
High press was impressive, to be honest. I like what I saw from Al Ahly for the first 30 minutes. After that, I have a lot of question marks, but at the end they got the
then
result.
chapeau to Abdelraouf to turn the rhythm of the game upside down even after 30 minutes of hard pressing.
Yes, I think he was lucky not to concede a goal in the and he was unlucky to concede very late goal in the first half. I think
minute,
this is this is but for me Al Masri match, Al Ahly was creating a huge chance, which is the key for the coach to see how his messages are delivered. When the striker missed a lot of chances, that means that the manager drove the team to these dangerous places in the pitch, and they are wasting the chances. But today I don't see that big chances from Al Ahly, and I saw them conceding a lot of big chances. Also, there is Chico Banzas, there is the other one from I think the second half that was crossed by Fattouh. I think there is 2 or 3 big chances.
Fattouh is progressing and returning back to his
I think this is
or to her previous standards,
yes,
by the way.
I think
and
this
of
is
course, chapeau,
yeah.
because chapeau to Fattouh and to Ahmed Abdelraouf if Ahmed Abdelraouf is behind this. And by the way, until the moment we do not know that much about the injury of Trezeguet. It was not announced officially by Al Ahly, and we hope that it's not going to be that tough. We wish you a speedy recovery, Trezeguet. Zizou, another chapeau for the emotional stability of Zizou. Because the first match or the first derby wearing the Reds jersey, and there was a photo which went photos to be accurate, or a video which went viral on social media between Sayyid Abdel Hafiz and Zizou, just giving him a piece of advice. Oh, Ben Sharqi or Imam went through this before. Keep quiet, keep calm, and just focus on what you're doing, far from the surroundings. And I don't know how he did that. And Zizou was awarded with man of the match. Your comment?
My comment is yes, of course, Zizou today with the first half he was very strong, the best player in the match for the first half, I think so, and I think he deserved this trophy after the match because he was very efficient. And when Zizou had the ball, he didn't lose it, as we saw in previous matches, but he know how to use the ball very well. He know how to make the team move around him very well. Once the ball in the left flank, you found Zizou. Ball in the right flank, you found Zizou. Zizou was the most dangerous player in Al Ahly this evening for sure. I think that what Ben Sharqi and Imam went through was not that similar to what Zizou went through, because Zizou was the superstar of Zamalek, and then he decided that he don't want to extend his contract. So that was more harsh for Zamalek fans and more exciting for Al Ahly fans. So I think it can't be, especially Ben Sharqi. Ben Sharqi was having a huge career away from Zamalek, I think 3 or 4 years. So I think it is.
They have given him nicknames, and he was that close to Zamalek fans. And you know, it's all that sensitive when it comes to a player moving from Zamalek to Al Ahly or vice versa.
Yes, but I completely agree with you. But for Zizou, I think it's completely another level
today,
of.
How have you witnessed the performance of Zizou despite all these pressures?
Yes, very professional. Zizou is always a top professional player. Even when he was in Zamalek, he was always away from all the problems, away from all the administration things and all the people who say blah blah blah. He's always away from that, which send a message that Zizou is a top professional player. Although I don't like during the trophy when he didn't shake hand with Hisham Nasr. This video will gone viral also. I think that this is football, and at the end all of us will be like, at the end all of us are Egyptians, and this is the normal.
And by the way, the way the players dealt with each other during it was very civilized, very friendly.
Until now, Zizou is still friends of Zamalek players, which is always normal.
The fans when the fans raise the phones and using their phones to
Yes,
commemorate in the 22nd minute the martyrs of Al Zamalek, on the 74th minute the martyrs of Al Ahli, and this is without without coordinating the issue. This is exactly what we do, and this is the core of sports in general.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Yes.
I'm running out of time, but I need to know from you some names which should leave in the coming transfer. Who should leave from Al Zamalek and who should leave from Al Ahli?
I think from Zamalek, I don't have a clear vision for some players because Yannick Ferreira era is not a reflective era. The Zamalek was with, let we say, poor manager who didn't make use of his players. So I think once there is a real manager taking the Zamalek lead, I think we will see another face from all the players. So I think for Zamalek, you have to focus on getting in.
And we have to wait. Okay, with Al Ahli?
Al Ahli, I think it's very clear that some players need to leave.
Give me 3 names.
I believe that Mohammed Hani is not to leave, but Ahli need to find another right back. I'm sure that also center back instead of Yasser Ibrahim. I don't.
Who should leave? I mean, who should say goodbye?
Afsha, of course. I think, with all respect. I think also Mohammed Shokri. I think till now he's shown nothing. The last one, Dari. I think he's top professional. He's top international.
Mohammed Sharif.
But also he needs to take his time. I think so.
Well, and by the way, since you mentioned Hani, now we are going to stop for the international break. For Mohammed Hani, this is a piece of advice. Please take all the instructions you can from Ibrahim Hassan. Because Ibrahim Hassan can turn you from an ordinary player to an extraordinary player in this position in specific. And we all hope so for the best interest of our national team, because this is the most important thing. Well, we were very much delighted and honored to have with us Ahmed Fawzi, our sports analyst of this episode of Score Sheet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and good evening all. Thank you.
And by this we come to the end of our episode. Stay tuned on Nile TV International, also more updates. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman, and for Al Ahli, congratulations.